All right, so Daniel, uh, before we go into these options, I got some really great options for you. Just a couple things to go over. First of all, thank you for the time that you spent with me, because your willingness to kind of go through the system and learn about the system was really helpful, and I enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. But I certainly appreciate it.
Oh, no problem.
All right. And what it did is it really let me put options together that are going to be, kind of specific to this system, as well as some of the stuff you expressed to me about you and Haley and the way you guys live in the house. So, before we go into that, a couple things that are important to know. Just as you had, I don't know, maybe 1,000 HVAC companies to choose from in this area, as an HVAC technician, I did too. And the reason that I ended up at Dan Wood is because they really are a family-owned, family-run business, and they've provided me a place where I was going to grow in my career. And the reason that's so great for our customers is that year after year, they get to see the same people come into their house. And because we're so well trained and good at what we do, we're able to provide guaranteed upfront pricing, which is different than a lot of other companies out there. We don't charge by the hour. You never have to watch the clock with us. We're going to go over some options. They'll have some very clear prices on them. Once you pick that option, it allows me to take my time, test my work, and make sure everything is perfect and the price is finished for you.
Oh, awesome.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So I've got 3 options, and they range significantly, each one, that are all worthy of consideration, and they're all good. I'd be proud to do any one of them. It's just going to be a matter of which one really looks best for you and for Haley, okay?
Oh, perfect.
All right. So the first thing that we need to go over, of course, is the reason we're called here. So we got this blower motor on a 7-year-old system that started making noise on you. And, you were telling me that you were watching TV and, all of a sudden that thing clicked on and you realized something was wrong. And you were right. Your intuition was right on that. And so what we would need to do there in order to get you to where you're cooling quietly, again, enjoying your 71 degree temperatures, would be to replace that blower motor with a brand new factory fresh version. Now we're able to get the part at no cost. And so from that standpoint, what you're looking at for the additional materials involved in the job, as well as taking care of everything, all that's involved in the job, and us being able to put an additional 3-year warranty on this, would be to replace that blower motor, 3-year warranty, total investment of $587. Okay. Any questions about that option?
No, that's pretty straightforward.
All right on. So, the other thing that we got into was a little bit of conversation. As you noted, I'd gone through the system, did a thorough evaluation, and we found just a couple other electrical components that could use some consideration. They're going to give you trouble in the next year or two, so this would just be a preventative effort. But you'd also mentioned that one thing, if there were sort of a simple solution for kind of eliminating more of the dust in the house and cleaning things up a little bit so that you guys are breathing a little bit fresher air, that would be of interest to you. So what I've also included in this option is and I don't really know this stuff, so whatever. It's a 4-inch filter that would really take the majority of allergens and microparticles of dust out of the air, as well as eliminating, this is like strapping a dust buster right on the side of your unit. All right, and so, by doing so, it's going to make this a much cleaner version of air that's now being circulated with your new blower motor.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
And then the one other thing, any questions about that portion of the
No,
option?
that's awesome.
All right. And the one other thing worthy of note, we definitely identify, you remember how dirty that rag was on the inside? When we wiped down that cabinet.
Yep.
That we want to make sure that there's a thorough cleaning of the system at this point, and it's something that you may consider keeping up as an annual effort in the future to help ensure that you get the maximum life out of all of your components.
Okay.
Okay. So I've also included a thorough cleaning of the system inside of this option.
Okay. Cool.
Right. And all of that work would come with, again, an additional 3-year warranty. Not the cleaning. Cleaning's just an annual effort, but the actual installation, and the total investment on that would be $2,200.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. And then the one other thing that we talked about, and based on where you're currently at, you've got an 8-year-old system. So an 8-year-old system is like a car with 80,000 miles on it, and there's still plenty of life in it, especially if it's being well maintained. But it's around the time that you start having little issues that pop up, and be addressed. Little kind of surprise things as the warranties start to wear out, etc.
Yep.
And it just depends on the type of driver you are. You know, we have drivers that's about to go on a long road trip of summer, right? And they say, look, you know, I'm perfectly happy taking my chances with the car as it currently is. And so you just take care of the basic fix and proceed. Some people would say, look, let's take care of every possible thing that could pop up and cause us an issue, and then we'll go on the trip. And there's some people who say, no way, I want a brand new, you know, ride, something with a factory fresh warranty and roadside assistance. It really depends what kind of driver you are, but you know, be aware that you do always have the opportunity to have someone come out and talk about a more efficient system, and that may allow you and Haley to run the system a little bit more to your temperature likings and her expenditure likings.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so realize that's also an option. But right now, if you just want to take a little time and read through these, you can let me know which one looks best to you and what questions you have, okay?
Now, is the 3-year warranty, is that parts and labor?
Yeah, when we put a warranty on something, unlike a manufacturer's warranty, it's everything.
Oh, cool.
So we own that, you get to use it,
Okay,
all right?
cool. I think option C looks like it's going to be the best one for me.
To have a comfort advisor come out and talk about a more
No,
efficient system?
the updated dust buster and the
Were you struggling reading my imaginary option form? There,
yeah,
Daniel?
actually had no A, B, or C on it.
All right, very cool. So what is it you like most about option B then?
I like the fact that it takes care of the dust issues and it takes care of a lot of our, but then it also fixes the initial issue and gets us better than where we were when we started.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'd be really excited to do that work for you. I think you're gonna find, you know, it's gonna cut back on the dust, and the system's just gonna run a lot smoother and a lot cleaner for you. So
Cool.
And especially quiet, so you have that to look forward to.
Thanks.
All right. So what I can do is transfer some notes over to an invoice. Now, by the way, if I had monthly options here, which I very likely would have on this, I'd just be asking that question right now. So, and did you want to go with the monthly or just the total cash investment today?
No, it's total cash.
Okay, cool. So we'll go ahead and transfer some notes to the invoice, and I can get started for you right away. How much of this job do you want to be a part of? You interested in learning how we do this work? You seem like a pretty handy guy, no? All right, cool.
I'm gonna go to work. You take care of it.
All right, fair enough. Well, then, if that's the case, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll get the invoice all squared away. We'll get your information. But then, are you going to be available for
I'll be
contact today?
available.
So what I'll do is I'm going to do a full walkthrough video of everything we did. I'll do a walkthrough video of the system running, so you can hear it kick on.
Oh, cool.
I'll show you, you know, how clean the space is and everything else. And with all of that, when I send that to you, you can let me know that you're thrilled. I'll follow up with either a call or a text to make sure that you're really happy with everything.
Cool. Awesome.
All right? Cool. Well, thank you. I've really
Thank you.
enjoyed it, Dan. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right. Cool.